Hi, I'm Robert Oakes, author of the new book, Ghosts of the Berkshires. After writing this book, I can now say for sure, these hills are haunted. And I don't just mean the houses and the inns, but the woods and water as well. Throughout the Berkshires, many natural landmarks are said to have resident spirits. From the Water Witch of Bashbish Falls in Mount Washington, to the Demon Horde of Wizard's Glen in Dalton, to the ill-fated lovers of Pontusic Lake in Pittsfield and Lanesboro, Berkshire ghosts are everywhere. What is it about this place that has inspired so many tales? What makes us sense the presence of the unseen? Is it the way the hills surround us and the forest entwines? Or is there something in the air that makes the otherworld feel so near? Probably the most prominent of all natural landmarks in the Berkshires is Mount Greylock. Towering high above the countryside, this iconic mountain has inspired many to dream. As Herman Melville wrote his masterwork Moby Dick at Arrowhead, he saw in its double peak a vision of a white whale rising from the sea. Pittsfield historian Joseph E.A. Smith once remarked how easily he could imagine fairies and other supernatural creatures reveling in its woods and glades. And more recently, J.K. Rowling envisioned a school of wizardry above the mountain, hidden in a wreath of cloud. And like many Berkshire landmarks, Mount Greylock is also believed to have its own resident ghost, the Old Coot, which according to the story haunts the lower slopes of the mountain near the intersection of the Bellows Pipe and Thunderbolt trails. It's said that during the Civil War, a man named Bill Saunders owned a farm not far from here. Like so many men at that time, Bill went off to fight, leaving his wife Belle and their kids behind. After some time passed and Belle received no word, she assumed the worst, and eventually she remarried. But Bill was not dead, only gravely injured. He had been so affected by his experiences at war that when he returned, no one recognized him. Lurching into town in his worn-out Union uniform, Bill lumbered up to his old farm, leaned in over the fence, and watched as his children called another man Daddy, and he saw that man kissing his wife. And he realized then that his family had moved on without him. Not wanting to spoil their happiness, Bill decided to remain apart. He built himself a small cabin and lived alone like a hermit on the mountain. People began calling him the strange Old Coot and gave him a wide berth, never knowing his true identity. For years he lived like this, until after one especially cold winter's night, some hunters found his lifeless body frozen in his cabin, and they claimed to see his spirit rise and drift into the woods. And from that day on, many have said they've seen the ghost of the Old Coot haunting these same woods where his cabin once stood. Some have even claimed to photograph it. This image, taken by P. Randolph Traybold, was published in a 1939 edition of the North Adams Transcript after Traybold and a group of ghost raisers searched for the Coot along the mountain trails for 3 frigid nights. But did the Old Coot ever actually exist? Or was it all an elaborate hoax? The first time the story ever appeared in print, it was in another transcript article meant to promote the Thunderbolt downhill ski race. This article advised readers to be on the lookout for the Coot in the late afternoon near the bend before the final dip of the ski run. Such exact details concerning the time and place of the expected appearance of the Coot have led some to conclude that the entire tale was nothing more than a publicity stunt. Regardless of its authenticity, the story of the Old Coot has certainly had staying power. It's been mentioned in numerous articles, books, videos, and podcasts, and as recently as 2005, a search for signs of the Old Coot was advertised in the Berkshire Eagle. Whether or not anyone has ever actually seen this ghost, people certainly feel compelled to seek it. Maybe it doesn't matter whether there ever really was an Old Coot. Maybe all that matters is the story. Like so many places here in the Berkshires, there is something up there on Mount Greylock, some palpable presence you could feel in your bones. Maybe a story about a lonely old ghost haunting a mountain trail. is just the best way we know how to talk about it.